On April 1st, I decided I wanted to lose weight. My highest weight I never took a picture of, but it was 264 on April 1st. On April 4th, when you see this picture, my weight was 261.6. I started this immediately after my mother's homegoing service, and I was at my highest weight. My mom was 89 and lived a great life, and I was ready to start my journey to take some of the weight off. So here are some of the things that I ate to lose the weight. I lost 20 pounds. So this is my breakfast for today. At every meal, I have carbs, green vegetables, and protein. So I will say this, when I'm trying to lose weight, I won't have carbs at dinner. That's usually my thing. But for breakfast and lunch, and even for a snack, I will. So I probably ate this for dinner, a cup of chili, avocado, and scrambled eggs. Dinner, no carbs. This was homemade red beans and quinoa rather than white rice. This was a crumble cookie. I cut it into 4, and I had it over 4 days, 35 calories each time. I eat a ton of vegetables. Green vegetables keeps me full, gives me fiber. Added vegetables to a meal. The meal had potato salad, but I ate that in 2 different servings. So here's more food. That's a lamb chop, and probably had this for dinner. And here's grocery shopping. I travel a lot for work, so I grocery shop, not the meat. So this isn't a travel day, but I grocery shop even when I travel to get healthy food to eat while I'm on the road rather than eating hotel food or eating out all the time. I make sandwiches when I travel for work. I buy fruit, yogurt, vegetables, things like that. Healthy snacks. This was roasted chicken that I used to make sandwiches. And now we'll get into our first recipe. And I am going to make salmon salad. How people make tuna salad. I'm making salmon salad. I have a can of canned salmon, some sweet relish. The seasonings will be garlic powder, onion powder, cilantro, lemon pepper, and I'm going to use mayo and a red onion. Now this can usually yields enough for me to make 3 sandwiches with. It's a 14.75 ounce can, and I make my sandwiches so that there's a lot of tuna on it. Really, after I put the other ingredients in it, it will likely yield enough to make 4 sandwiches, but I got 3 out of it. Here we go. I have removed the salmon from the can. Many people have had canned salmon before, but when you have canned salmon, you remove it from the can and you drain it. There will be skin, and there will also be bones. I remove the skin. So I'm just going to take this and put it on a paper towel and throw it away. I remove the skin, and I also remove the bones. So I'm going to do that off camera, but many people have had tuna and you won't find the bones or the skin from the tuna, so you don't have to go through this step. I guess some people may eat the skin in it, but I don't. I remove it. So I'm going to go off camera and finish with doing that. If you want to add more vegetables than just red onion, you can add green pepper, red pepper, yellow pepper, orange, some of the mini peppers diced up. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to go in with, I guess I put a little over a 1/4 cup of sweet pickle relish. So there we go with that. All right, next I'm going to come in with 1/4 cup of mayo. So with this, I'm on a weight loss journey, so I can track the amount of mayo that's in my meal. So I know that I'm going to make about 3 sandwiches from this 14-ounce can. 1 tablespoon is 50 calories. I have 4, so about 200 calories divided over 4 sandwiches. That's how I would track that. I could put as much as 6 tablespoons in this because, you know, that would be easy to track as well, but I don't want to overdo it. So I'm just going to start with 1/4 cup and see how that goes before I add any more. Before I mix in the mayonnaise, and it's still just the 1/4 cup, I like to go in with my seasoning. I don't know how much, but that's what I put. That is the lemon pepper. That is cilantro. Let's see. Lemon pepper. This is the cilantro, dried cilantro. You can put fresh. This is onion powder. I didn't put any of that. Just lightly. And this is the garlic powder. I think I may have put some already. All right, and what I like to do is to kind of mix the seasoning in the mayo before I mix it in the entire dish. And I'll get some of the onions and red pepper. So I'm going to continue to mix this, and I'll come back. All right, so for me, it was enough to add just the 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. And when I make my sandwiches, I don't add any more to it, so I'm fine. I added a bit more lemon pepper, and I didn't feel like reaching all the way back in my cabinet to get the Old Bay, so I added just a little bit of this chicken seasoning. And this has salt in it, so I just added a little, and there we go. A fast, quick, easy meal to support weight loss. It's different than having tuna salad. To me, the salmon gives it a lot more flavor, a lot more depth. It's something that's different. It's something that's not boring. So here we are, and I have lunch for 3 days because this is enough to make 3 sandwiches. Or if I don't want a sandwich, I can put it over a bed of lettuce. I can eat it with on top of sliced cucumbers and do it like it's cucumber chips. There's a number of ways that I could have this. So even if you aren't a person who is eating bread because you're doing low carbs, you can still have this without the bread. Here we go. One last thing, if you don't like red onions, because they can be very pungent, they have a strong flavor, you can just simply put yellow onions or white onions, or you can leave the onions out altogether and use whatever vegetable you would make to make tuna salad. So here's the salmon salad on a sandwich using the whole grain bread. Here it is on 100-calorie bread. This is a before and after. This is the after of a meal that I got from a hotel. I added green vegetables to it and took the bacon out of it. So that is the after is the first picture. This is the before, and I also took out the bread. I eat a lot of fruit rather than having unhealthy things. I was at a hotel for work. This is more work food, an omelet that I had. This was food that I had. I wanted a little treat. I had it with just asparagus on the side. I eat a lot of tacos. Here's a stir fry that I made at home. And later on in this video, I will have a recipe to make stir fry. This is homemade fried rice. And before this was more tacos. Here is another omelet I ate at a hotel, and I usually get it with half egg whites and half regular eggs. This is cauliflower mash and not potatoes, so that was a dinner meal. Here is more cauliflower mash with a little bit of chili over top of it. Here's 2 eggs with a ton of vegetables and some fruit. I do eat fried chicken maybe once a month, but I have it with string beans and whole grains. Those string beans were a snack in a bowl in the second picture. Here's some fruit that I had. Here's a lunch meal. It was a sandwich with salad. His breakfast was sometimes I'll just have a bowl of oatmeal, and sometimes I'll have the oatmeal with a boiled egg or a scrambled egg. Here is another breakfast. I try to get in greens even in breakfast. Salad dressings. This is 2 tablespoons for 50 calories. It's yogurt salad dressing. I mostly drink water, but this one, I wanted something else to drink. It's only 35 calories, and the sugars in this is really low. I'll put it in a wine glass so I feel like I'm getting a treat. Here's another sandwich with salad, lots of green vegetables again. I am about to go to the gym in this picture, so I have an egg and a tangerine so that I can get some nourishment in before I swim. This is a sandwich that I had at a hotel. This is breakfast. Instead of eating the biscuit, the chicken biscuit, I put it on 100-calorie whole wheat bread and threw the biscuit away. I will also add lots of greens. So this was on a travel day. I made sandwiches. Instead of getting chicken wings fried, I got them grilled. Again, I think their theme here is to eat a lot of green vegetables. You can have them cooked. This is baked chicken and quinoa. Quinoa is a nice whole grain and it contains protein and fiber. I wanted a treat, so these are fried crab legs. They were really good, and I had them again with vegetables instead of something else. Here's a stir fry. So I'm going to stop talking and we're going to get into the stir fry recipe. Before the recipe, these are just some of the ingredients that I use when I make the stir fry. So let's get into it. So tonight's dinner is just going to be really simple. This is, I've cut up some asparagus stalks, green pepper, orange pepper, and then red onions. I'm going to saute this with some, I don't have any fresh garlic, so I'm just going to use some powdered garlic and some other seasonings, and then I'm going to do a piece of pork with it, and then that'll be my quick and easy dinner. Oh, I'm going to put some carrots in here as well. To give you an idea of how much of the vegetables I used about 3/4 of a green pepper, about a half of a small red onion, maybe a quarter of an orange pepper, and then this much of the stalks of the asparagus. Of course, after I cut the very ends off that were kind of white. So that's it for the vegetables for tonight. And then I threw in some matchstick carrots. And this is what it looks like so far. It's cooked down enough for me. I don't want them to be mushy. I still like to have a little bit of crunch. And then I'm going to go in with the pork. All right. This is the piece of pork tenderloin that I'm going to use. But it had that big piece of fat or cat fat on the back. So I took that off, and I can actually trim this down a little bit more. And then I'm going to cut that up into thin strips, and I'll cook it and just mix it in with the vegetables, and that will be my stir fry for tonight. Okay, so here we go. Here is my pork tenderloin cut up. I am going to add Kirkland's Organic No Salt Seasoning. I get this from Costco. I love it. And then I'm going to come in with this. I get this from Whole Foods. So the heat is off. I've gone in with my vegetables. The pork is done in the sauce. And then I mix it all up. Throw it into a bowl. And that's dinner. A tablespoon of sauce. But that sauce that I had is more than enough to flavor this meal. And here is my quick, easy, healthy meal, healthy dinner. Okay, here we go. This is the finished dish. A little bit of pork tenderloin, asparagus, orange pepper, green pepper, matchbox carrots, and some of the char sauce that I showed you earlier that I get from Whole Foods. And then just a no salt seasoning, really quick and easy. I can have this with brown rice, quinoa. I can even put this over grits. I have something that is not white grits or polenta, and I will show that at another time. I've even made this and done it with whole wheat pasta or whole grain pasta. Or I can do this and have it with in the morning with eggs. So it's really versatile. Most people know how to make a quick and easy stir fry. Literally, I use what vegetables I had in the refrigerator. I did not plan this out. I just went in the refrigerator. I grabbed what I had to go with the pork and called it a night. Here we are. So I started the month April 1st. I weighed 264 pounds. By the end of the month, I weighed 243 point something pounds. So I lost over 20 pounds. Thanks for watching.